With the release of both Pokemon Scarlet and Violet just around the corner, the Pokemon Company has recently revealed a new line of plush toys featuring the 3 starters and 2 legendaries from the game. The new toys will be available for purchase in the physical Pokemon centers in Japan and the online version of the store, just in time for the game's launch. Here's everything we know so far, starting with gotta buy them all. With only a few days left until the official release of Scarlet and Violet, the Pokemon Company's marketing campaigns already seem at full throttle, with both advertisements and collaboration announcements. The company has also shared that there will be celebratory events and other titles, such as Pokemon Unite and the Splatoon 3 Splatfest. Additionally, major marketing efforts, such as the 3D billboards in Tokyo, also heavily emphasize the game's 3 starter monsters. So it's not surprising that these new toys will be made available to the public on the day of the game's release, which according to the official Japanese Pokemon website, will be November 18th, 2022. Let's take a look at these toys. The plushies representing the Gen 9 starters, Fuecoco, Quaxly, and Sprigatito, are reportedly going to be life-sized, though the official website has yet to share any of the final measurements yet. These are also going to differ from those sold by the North American Pokemon centers back in August and will cost around 5,500 yen or roughly $40 outside of any shipping rates. When it comes to the legendary Pokemon, Koraidon and Miraidon, Japanese fans can purchase them from their nearest physical Pokemon centers on launch day, through the online store, or even Amazon Japan. These are also priced at 5,500 yen, and once again, there are no details about any of the sizing shared yet, so you'll have to wait a bit longer for further updates from the Pokemon Company. Because these plushies can only be purchased in Japan, all of you fans may have to wait for them to become available globally or order through a proxy shipping service. Nevertheless, the plush toys will likely add to the fanbase's excitement for the game's launch, and just like the case with most of the official merchandise in Japan, they're likely to sell out on release day. Hopefully some of you guys will still be able to get your hands on these cute stuffed toys. However, these aren't the only Pokemon-themed goodies available for purchase. Looks like there are going to be a few new Pokemon-themed snacks soon available for Japanese fans to enjoy, and for cheap too. It's recently been discovered that 7-Eleven has collaborated with the Pokemon Company to sell onigiri rice balls designed to look like the franchise's iconic Pokeballs. The convenience store chain will soon start selling these Pokemon snacks in its Japanese stores from the 18th of November onwards, the day of the game's launch. The onigiri will cost between 151 and 172 yen, or around $1 and $1.25, so local fans should be able to afford a few of these stylized treats without worrying about breaking the bank anytime soon. There will be 3 different flavors available, with each one sporting its original mix of flavors and packaging inspired by the many monster-catching devices from the franchise. One is based on the basic red and white Pokeball and will contain pork sausage, garlic mayonnaise, and a teriyaki sausage patty. The second one resembles a great ball and will come with a rice omelet, chicken rice, and ketchup. The third and last one will be based on the Ultra Ball and contain tonkatsu pork broth and a hard-boiled egg. Itadakimasu indeed. What's more, there's a pretty important reason behind these rice ball treats. When it comes to food, onigiri is a strong choice for a Pokemon-themed snack, and that's because it's more than just a popular snack in the franchise's home country. However, they've also earned somewhat of a meme status among the anime fanbase due to the English dub referring to them as jelly-filled donuts instead. You can consider it a fun, tasty, and referential way of celebrating the franchise's past while welcoming its future with the upcoming Scarlet and Violet's release later this week. Looks like the franchise has been riding high these past few days. This will be the fully first open-world game in the series, other than games like Pokemon Go and Unite, which continue to be popular. Additionally, the trading card game remains one of the biggest in the world for both players and the collectors alike. Even the anime also saw a historic milestone recently, since the series protagonist, Ash Ketchum, after 25 years of being a 10-year-old trainer, finally achieved his dream of becoming the greatest Pokemon trainer after being crowned the Pokemon World Champion. While all this is happening, the franchise keeps seeing new merchandise released, such as the collector's edition Pokemon-themed Puma shoes and other apparel. With the new game launching soon, there's no doubt that there will be even more more merch for fans to get their hands on as the franchise welcomes its 9th generation. On the other hand, we also have news from the game itself or the leaks. No force in the universe moves faster than Pokemon leakers. Players who got an early copy of the game have posted screenshots and game information on social media. Here are just 7 of the things we've come to learn from these leaks. First up, the entire Pokedex is already out. While we haven't seen all the in-game sprites yet, quite a few leakers claim to have posted the entire Gen 9 Pokedex to Twitter. However, you should be careful, as there have been a lot of fake Pokemon designs floating around the internet, so make sure to take every image with a grain of salt. Next up, we have the Paradox Pokemon. We've already looked at the Great Tusk and Iron Treads in a previous trailer, and just last week, the publisher also explained that these mysterious Pokemon were just rare creatures from the uncharted areas of Paldea. Leakers call these creatures Paradox Pokemon and have pointed out how some look prehistoric while others appear to have more futuristic designs. But these don't appear to just be an aesthetic difference. If the leaks are to be taken seriously, the Paradox Pokemon have different elemental typings and abilities than their normal counterparts. There's also good news for shiny hunters, since you can encounter these special Pokemon in the wild in their shiny forms, just like other monsters out there. Following up is the legendary trio being a legendary quartet. While this isn't the first time that Pokemon has had 4 sub-legendaries, as the Musketeers and the Unova region have already had that honor, it's still unusual enough to warrant a shout-out at the very least. Leakers also claim that they'll each have a signature attack that halves their opponent's HP, just like Super Fang or Nature's Madness. And while none of the names seem to have been leaked yet, we're not in any rush to get to know them. At the halfway point of the list, Bisharp seems to be a heavy hitter in the competition. The competitive Pokemon scene seems to have shaken its boots, as the next generation will include many new evolutions for older Pokemon, which has terrifying implications regarding gameplay. Bisharp's new evolution means that he can now also effectively use Eviolite, an item that greatly boosts the offensive capabilities of Pokemon that aren't fully evolved. Fans are unsurprisingly shocked at its new place in the meta, as Bisharp is already a fairly competitive creature. RIP to anyone who's still thinking about running Gengar. Stay safe out there. Moving on, you can also bring Hisuian Pokemon to Paldea. It also looks like you can also use the Pokemon Home feature to transfer any exclusive Pokemon from Legends, Arceus to your new adventure. Right Zoroark is going to look amazing in this game without any of the crappy textures. The penultimate leak reveals that flying Pokemon are now grounded. According to a prominent leaker, flying Pokemon will no longer hover awkwardly in the middle of a battle, and they'll stay grounded unless they were standing on any non-solid terrain, such as water. And finally, you can't reload the game to get shiny starters. Yup, tough luck to all you shiny enthusiasts. It looks like you won't be able to close and restart your game repeatedly to obtain a shiny starter Pokemon. Instead, you'll have to get them the so-called legitimate way of breeding thousands of Pokemon until the RNG gods decide to make one of their eggs hatches in your favor. This change may have some pretty unfortunate ethical implications. Don't let PETA see this one. That's a wrap for this video. Which stuffed toy are you looking forward to getting the most? And are there any other leaks you think we might have left out? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.